What's up, guys? Welcome to Field Series Review. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at the family of SITKA Whitetail Jackets. Alright everybody, well, deer season's right around the corner, so we're going to take just a moment to look at all the jackets, or talk about all the jackets in the SITKA Whitetail line. I have most all of them here, so we're going to break them all out. I'm going to give you a quick look at all of them, let you know when I would use them, give you a few details about them, what's different between these. The namings are the same on some, so what's the difference? So we're going to be discussing the EQUINOX jacket, the EQUINOX hoodie, the FANATIC LITE, the Celsius MIDI, the STRATUS, the FANATIC, and the INCINERATOR jacket. I have most all of them here. There's a couple that I don't, but we're still going to discuss them because I have used them before. So let's jump right into it. All right, guys. So the first jacket we're going to talk about is the EQUINOX jacket. Not to be confused with the EQUINOX hoodie. We'll get to that next. But the EQUINOX jacket is a polyester stretch uninsulated jacket. I've used this jacket before. I don't currently have one because I sold it, because in my opinion, it's a complete waste of space. It gives no insulation. It is basically a pair of EQUINOX pants turned into a jacket. That's all that it is. If you live in a warm weather condition part of the country and that's all that you want, South Florida, maybe South Texas, something like that, that's fine. But for anybody that needs any warmth, most people don't use the EQUINOX jacket. So I have a pair of EQUINOX pants. Next best thing, it's simply the polyester stretch of the EQUINOX pants turned into jacket form. Doesn't have a collar on it. It has one chest pocket. It's kind of form-fitting. It's an early season jacket. If that's all you need, is something to knock a little bit of the chill off in the morning. Other than that, it doesn't give any insulation, and it's one of SITKA's kind of lesser products. Especially at the price point. It's $200. To my humble opinion, it's not worth $200. You can get an EQUINOX hoodie for $200 and actually get some warmth. But we're starting out with the EQUINOX jacket. All right, guys. So as we make our way up the hierarchy of SITKA Whitetail Jackets, we went from the EQUINOX jacket. Now we're looking at the EQUINOX hoodie. Now the EQUINOX hoodie comes in at $200 or $199. It is a polyester outer fleece lined or Berber fleece lined early season whitetail jacket. It's got a hood, it's got a full zip in the front. It's basically a gradient jacket, but designed for whitetail hunters. You're going to get a couple of whitetail features like a port in the back for your safety harness. It's going to be a little more tapered on the arms so that you have smooth draw cycle with your bow. If you're looking to get an early season, maybe into mid-season jacket, you don't want to break the bank, I highly recommend this jacket here. It's great for the money. Like I said, it's the same cost as an EQUINOX jacket, but you get so much more warmth. Big fan of this jacket. Its only knock is that it does not have Gore wind stopper, so you will, in high winds, it will cut through this guy. But this is designed to be an early season into mid-season jacket. Great jacket. I think you'll like it. Highly underrated. If you want to throw into a system underneath a Stratus, you're going to be doing yourself a favor. Like I said, I'm a big fan. Please don't get the EQUINOX jacket and the EQUINOX hoodie confused, because it's like apples and oranges. They're both very, very different. All right, guys. So another jacket that's going to come in as a early season, mid-season jacket that I do not have, I've actually never hunted with, so I can't give you an honest review, is the SITKA FANATIC LITE jacket. From what I understand from people I've talked to, it's the same chassis design as your FANATIC jacket with the cross zip, the kangaroo pouch. You're going to have the port in the back for your safety harness. It's a much lighter jacket. It's not Gore wind stopper. It does have DWR technology, like most all SITKA jackets do, EQUINOX hoodie and all of those do. I haven't heard a lot of good things about the FANATIC LITE because it does come in at $300. A lot of people are saying go something like a Celsius MIDI or a EQUINOX hoodie that we have right here. But next listed up would be your FANATIC LITE. So you're basically getting a early to mid-season jacket, but in the same design as the FANATIC jacket. But like I said, I've never used it, so I can't give you a full review, but that's where it falls in the hierarchy of warmth and usability. All right, guys, so the next jacket that we're going to kind of fall in, before we get into all our mid layer and outer layer for warmth, we're going to talk about the downpour jacket real quick. The downpour is Sitka's Gore-Tex rain jacket. I have a downpour jacket. Unfortunately, I've left it at the camp in Alabama, so I don't have it here for you to visually see, but I will tell you about the downpour jacket. It's very soft for 100% waterproof rain jacket, and it's very quiet. It's actually one of my favorite jackets because, especially for early season, I can wear it in on four-wheeler rides. I can wear it to and from the stand, keep some moisture off me. It's very, very quiet, actually. I've seen some people talk about using that as their full-on outer piece and then layering under it with something like a Celsius midi or a Celsius jacket, and I don't think that's a bad idea because the downpour jacket is 100% waterproof. It does have the port for your safety harness. It's got your standard pocketing like everything else, and for a Gore waterproof jacket, it's very, very quiet. Any of you that get the new for this year, the Gore-Tex pack cover that's 100% waterproof, it's that material. It's very soft. It's not like a Hudson or a Delta wading jacket where it's loud when it rubs up against each other. It's got a soft face to it. So the downpour jacket, if you're looking for a waterproof whitetail jacket, is definitely the way to go. All right, guys, now we're going to jump into the mid-layer pieces in the SITKA Whitetail line. We're going to start with the Celsius jacket. The Celsius jacket is a polyester outer fleece, very quiet, Permaloft insulated jacket that has no Gore windstopper to it, but it's very warm. It's great for mid-season, and it's great to layer underneath something like a Stratus jacket. The Celsius is a little bit thicker in the arms. It's a little bit more bulky than its predecessor or its updated version, the Celsius midi we're going to look at in a second. But it's still a very warm jacket, drawstring at the bottom, port in the back for your safety harness. It's very flexible around the rib area so that you can turn. It tries to be tapered in the arms for smooth draw cycles, but it is a little bit bulky. Some people ask about wearing a Celsius jacket under a Stratus. I say go for it. Some people ask about wearing a Celsius jacket under a FANATIC. I think you're going to look like the Michelin Man if you do that. You're going to be a little big. But this is the Celsius jacket. It comes in at $229. It is a no bones about it, no fancy designs. It's just a good warm deer hunting jacket. It's not windproof, so that's where something like a Stratus or a Stratus vest would come into play. But this is the Celsius jacket. Okay, guys, we're still in the realm of mid layers. We just looked at the Celsius jacket. Now we're looking at its more streamlined design, the Celsius midi jacket. Now, the original Celsius has a polyester fleece outer with a lot of Permaloft inside. The Celsius midi still has Permaloft insulation, but has a nylon outer, so it's more packable. And just think about the old school North Face Patagonia puffy jackets, the one that you could press down, you could compress. They were lightweight. They were great warmth underneath something like a waterproof shell. They often came in those 3-in-1 jacket systems. That's what this is. This is designed to be worn underneath something like a Stratus, but it's very, very warm. I wear this alone with the FANATIC hoodie under it into the mid 30s, no problem. Gets lower than that, or the temp starts. The wind starts blowing. I'll put the Stratus on over this. This is not windproof, but it's very warm for its size. You have your typical whitetail features, port in the back for your harness, draw cord at the bottom. You have your pocketing. It does have sleeves that come down around the knuckle line, and it has a thumb loop, so it's easy for you to slide into a Stratus or FANATIC jacket. It comes in at about $50 more than the Celsius jacket. It's $289, but it is a great piece. It's a great upgrade from the Celsius jacket. Not as bulky, tapered arms, very easy to draw without getting any additional fabric in the way. Quiet jacket, probably not quite as quiet as the Celsius, but it definitely gets the job done. I've killed deer in it before, no problems whatsoever. Big fan of the Celsius midi. All right, guys, now we're making our way to the outer pieces for warmth in the SITKA Whitetail line. We're looking at my personal favorite and the one that most guys in the southeastern states are going to run is their outer piece, and that is the STRATUS jacket. The STRATUS jacket is an excellent jacket. It's not too heavy, it's not too light, it's 100% windproof, it's very quiet. It comes with a removable hood. This is the 2020 version. It's going to come with the quick connect in the back, so you never have to disconnect your safety harness. It's going to come draw cord at the bottom, standard pocketing. It's just an all-around great jacket. If you're going to buy one whitetail jacket, I would suggest the STRATUS. The reason being is, like I said, it's light enough that you could wear just a long sleeve shirt under it and this jacket in the 40s with no problem. As it gets lower, you start putting on your FANATIC hoodie, put your Celsius midi under it, your EQUINOX hoodie under it. Heck, if this is the only SITKA jacket you have, you can take your old camo that's warm and put it underneath here, and this guy is going to lock all that in because it's 100% windproof and it's going to keep you nice and warm. This is a great jacket. When people ask me what systems they should get, I always top off their whitetail system with a STRATUS. If they're in the southeast, if they're, upper Midwest, farther up where it gets colder, I replace this with the FANATIC. We'll look at the FANATIC next. But for most people I talk to, the STRATUS jacket is king for them. It's king for me. I wouldn't go into a deer season without the STRATUS jacket. Pricing wise, it's not cheap. They're not giving it away. It's $349, but this is a jacket you can have for a very, very long time. All right, guys, time for the crown jewel of the SITKA Whitetail Jackets. This is the FANATIC jacket. This is the big boy. This is the one SITKA puts most of their time and energy into developing, pushing. It's a really, really cool jacket. I mean, it's 100% windproof outer, Berber fleece outer. It's really, really soft. It's really, really quiet. This is the 18 version. They released a new version in 19 that's even better. I have the vest of it upstairs, but we're not doing vests, we're doing jackets. This is 100% windproof. It's got permaloft insulation, so it's definitely a thicker jacket than the STRATUS. It's got this really cool cross zip design that gives you the kangaroo pockets in the front. They made some changes to the new one to allow your draw cycle to be more smooth. If you're hunting where you're consistently hunting in the 20s and below, not like here in Georgia, I may hunt twice a year in the 20s, maybe 3 times at the most. But if you're consistently hunting in the 20s and you're consistently hunting in the teens, you want to go with the FANATIC jacket. Now, if you're consistently hunting in a lot of snow, especially you folks north of the border in Canada, I'd go with the INCINERATOR. We're going to discuss that next. But this is the FANATIC jacket. Very, very warm. It's a lot heavier than the STRATUS, but it's also going to take away the need for most mid layers. Now you can put a Celsius midi under it, and I think you would be okay as long as it's very cold. If you put a Celsius midi under this guy in the 30s, you are going to sweat to death. But this is a great jacket. All your whitetail features. It's got the port in the back for your safety harness, draw cord at the bottom. This really is a fantastic deer hunting jacket. Okay, guys, so the last jacket on the SITKA Whitetail line, I don't actually own. I have worn one before. I know someone who hunts in it regularly, so I talked to him before doing this. This is discussing the INCINERATOR. The INCINERATOR jacket is the warmest jacket that SITKA makes in the whitetail line, and it's 100% waterproof, windproof. It has the same brushed Gore-Tex outer face as the downpour jacket. So even though it is Gore-Tex, it's still fairly quiet for a 100% waterproof jacket. It's not as quiet as the FANATIC, but it'll get the job done. Its main feature is that it's waterproof, windproof, so if you're hunting in a lot of snow, very, very cold. It's got a lot of permaloft insulation. It's got chest pockets up high. It's built to me almost like a Boreal jacket out of the white waterfowl line, but it's got a softer face. It's got a hood, and it's very expensive. It comes in at $649. But if you are consistently whitetail hunting in the teens and below, I would, in a lot of snow, would definitely consider the INCINERATOR jacket. All right, guys, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the brief rundown of all the jackets in the SITKA Whitetail line. I have reviews for, I think, all the ones that I personally own on my channel. So if you want a good in-depth look or even some comparisons, those are all down on my channel. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook. Comment down below, message me, comment on my social media platforms, whatever you want to do. Talk hunting, talk SITKA. If you have any questions, I'll try to help the best that I can. Be sure to head over to DixieFowlCo.com and PacificFowlCo.com. Promo code FSReview for 15% off. Please hit the like and subscribe button down below, and we will see you guys next time.